Hey folks, so I might have found a solution to my audio problems. I have a DJI Mic 2, it's a wireless microphone, but it's standalone, works as a sound recorder. It has 8 gigabytes of onboard storage, and when you use it as a sound recorder, it records on something called 32-bit float audio. More about that in a minute. So we're just on our way to the petrol station on a very short ride to try this out, so I'm about to get some fuel. I had to stop before because I'd forgotten to fasten this helmet strap, and I was wondering what the noise was. On the bike, something was cracking around with the lid, and it was a strap. I'd forgotten to fasten it. So anyway, 32-bit float is a way of recording audio where, even if it overdrives, you can collect all the volume information. I can't really think of an easy way to describe it. It just records more detail, and I tested it out earlier, just shouting as loud as I could with the crash helmet on, and it was really distorted and horrible. And then I put it into DaVinci, brought down the volume level, problem solved. The audio was audible. I was like, so essentially you don't have a gain control with 32-bit float audio, because it kind of records all volumes at once. I know it sounds weird. I don't fully understand it yet. I've only just been reading about it. So we'll test out the audio when we get back, and I will let you know if it actually works or not, and then I'll put this little video up, because obviously I haven't heard this in action other than what I did testing earlier. So in a sense, all I've got set up now is the Osmo Action is recording scratch audio, so I can just sync the audio up. So I'll put the wind reduction on it so it's at least legible. But I did a sound sync at the start of the video, so I can sync the sound up. This car's going very slowly. Better drop back. 17 miles per hour. I suppose there are speed ramps here. Anyway, I digress. So it's just a case of seeing what this audio is like. But it also means that quiet audio I can also bring up to a more audible level. So when I open the lid, this is the crash helmet lid open. What I'll actually do is, in post-processing, I'll bring this audio level up and see whether I can balance the audio so that it actually works. You know, a good friend of mine who is a director of photography always sort of talked to me about the best way to record audio is often with a separate sound recorder. So let's give that a try, and it might be a solution that gets me by until I can save up for a Insta360 X4, because it'll give me the ability to use my Osmo Action without too much of a problem. Anyway, we're almost to the petrol station, so let's go fill up, see how it picks up the noise of doing stuff, go and pay, get a chocolate bar because, you know, reasons. Oh, there's a queue. I think I can get V-power on this side, actually. Oh yeah, I think we've got V-power. Yeah. Put that into neutral. Let's close it off. And then the balancing act commences. This bike doesn't have a centre stand, so I've got to kind of balance it while sitting on it. E5 super duper petrol, apparently. Oh, this is so difficult. You can't see this, you'll just see me sort of wiggling the bike. This is where the 360 would come in, because you could switch the view, but I can also get a helmet mount. I know I've shied away from it, but I might have to. Really balancing here. Yeah, I think having the camera cam would help. I might order one of those mounts. I'm trying to get the bike a better upright. I'll be able to see on the horizon if I am level. Almost full. Which is £15. Daisy, there we go. It's quite an art because I used to have a bike with a centre stand, but we're done. Right, let's go and pay. And then head back. So, let's angle the camera that way. And it's number 2 at £14.88, I think. Hello, number 2. I was tempted by a chocolate bar for a moment, but I'll be good.
Try not to.
Well, yeah. I did get a chocolate bar because they were really expensive and I'll get fat. So, here we go. I think what I'll do, because we're still recording, here we are, is turn that on. We'll do a slightly higher speed test on the way back. Go along the dual carriageway and see what this works like. And we'll get the acid test, as it were. Chicory to reset. I was going to play some music on the way back, but let's go for more testing. Let's go. So, of course, visor's up at the minute. You can't believe I thought I had crackling earlier because I thought, oh, what's that crackling and popping sound? It's because I hadn't fastened the strap on the lid. It was a crack. It was smacking the side of the helmet. So, we put the lid visor down, and this is a little short bit of dual carriageway. And we're right up to 70 miles an hour there, just pairing it back to 60, see what the audio's like. Now, this is a very noisy lid, remember? So there is that too. And just slow it right down. So down to 40 now. So a little bit quieter. And this is just to see what how much wind noise we pick up and whether it makes the audio distort, because it was higher speed stuff that was causing the problems. Oh, there's a traffic jam. We need to filter. I ain't waiting in that. So we'll just come down here. Traffic lights are green. And we'll just slip in here, as you do with the bike. Oh, that's a noisy Mini. So I think I'm going to order. I think I am going to order a helmet mount because it gives me different options for where I put the camera, and I'll just keep saving up for an Insta360. £600 I need for the motorcycle kit, and I shall start next month. If this works. If this doesn't work, I'll just Oh, I'll have to think. I really want to get some audio going, and if this is the way that it works, great. I really hope it does. But we'll find out soon enough whether this audio works or not. So we've done a good little test there, a nice little ride. It's a lovely evening. I have to say, it was supposed to rain today, and it hasn't. But I think having the, you see, when you go into a shop and interact like that, having the camera on the lid, on the crash helmet, can really add to the sort of how interactive you are, whereas obviously you just see me walk past the front of the bike and then off I go, and then the camera's left there sitting as I walk in. So you could hear me having a conversation in the shop, but there wasn't really any footage. And I think that's what you miss. Even with an Insta360 you wouldn't get that, so maybe I do have to mount it that way. I shall do some camera mounting on helmet research. Just move over so that car can get across. And we've got a cyclist coming. It's got somebody there. It has got really good mirrors, this bike actually. Most motorcycles don't have great mirrors, but these barred ones, as well as looking super trendy, are really good. They only vibrate a little bit. It's 70, but 60 to 70, but not a lot. And I can see so much in them, and because they're low down, they're just in a good position. I think the problem with most sporty bikes is the mirrors, they're towards the centre of the bike, but when you stick them on the end of the bars, they stick out. Because I'm so used on motorcycles to just looking in the mirror and seeing my arms. Well, on this one, I can just see so much behind. Don't forget your lifesavers, though, of course, folks. Anyway, I think let's wrap this one up. From the point of view of the driving bit, and we're going to go back to the front room. I can't say back to the studio because I don't really have a studio, so back to the front room. Well, go back to the studio. I mean, front room, sofa, whatever you want to call it. I've had a chance to play around with the audio from the little ride I did to the petrol station, and 32-bit float works. Obviously, I'd love to hear your comments below. So I've got a video to post, which I'll have posted just before this, which was using the DJI, not the DJI, I was using the Rode Wireless Go, which was better than my previous first attempt. And I'm going to post that still, so that you've got a comparison. And then when you listen to this one, see what you think. But I think this is kind of the way forward for audio. Purple Panda mic there, plugged into the there it is, Rode, DJI Mic 2. You record the audio as flat. It's a little bit more editing. You've got to match the audio up because you're just using the audio from the action camera as scratch audio. But it's enough to match it up. Once you've linked the audio up, you've got to chop it up, because obviously if you lift the lid, the volume's quiet. If you close the lid, the volume's noisy. So you do have to do that. But you don't have to set gain on 32-bit float audio. It's just voodoo. But it works, I think. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below of the audio on this little ride out. I think going forward, this will probably be what I'll be using as an audio solution. I think it's much more legible than the first two ones I did, and I might be looking for the crash helmet mount to go on the lid, so that I can give a bit more perspective. Because you saw when I walk up to the shop, you can just sort of, the bike's just sitting there recording nothing, although it did catch a little bit of the shop. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you've got value from me finally getting the audio sorted, and I can totally recommend my little DJI Mic 2. It's really surprised me what it can do. I never even knew it had a 3.5mm jack. The wind muff on here, the wind muff plugs into the 3.5mm jack. I actually unplugged and went, oh, it's got a 3.5mm jack. Silly me. I should have known that when I checked and bought it. So the Pocket 3, I bought a Pocket 3 which came with this. It just keeps getting better and better, and we'll just record this outro on the Pocket 3. Anyway, folks, catch you all later. Bye.